Hello, welcome to Morris Money, where we give you stock tips in under 5 minutes. I'm your host, Morris Willie. Today, we're talking about if you should buy Dave & Buster's. Today's video is sponsored by TwanMorrisWillie.com. Go online, search up TwanMorrisWillie.com, and read up on the Twan Morris Willie characters, read the Twan Morris Willie Show comic strip, watch a Willie short, shop some Twan Morris Willie merchandise, or watch your favorite Morris Money. All that and more at TwanMorrisWillie.com. Investors had concerns heading into the first quarter report of Dave & Buster's, but the change has eased many of these worries. Sales trends strengthened throughout the selling period that ended in early May, according to its quarterly filings, as guests returned to its restaurants, arcade, and corporate event offerings. Executives said that the positive momentum continued into the start of the second quarter, which implies a brightening earnings outlook for the business. With that backdrop in mind, let's take a look at whether the stock seems compelling following the latest earnings report. Revenue landed at $451 million throughout May. That spike translates to a 70% increase compared to last year, which many restaurants were temporarily closed during the COVID-19 restrictions, and a 24% boost compared to the same period in 2019. This rebound shows that Dave & Buster's is benefiting from some of the pent-up demand that management has been predicting in its industry following nearly 2 years of pandemic-related pressures. We are pleased to report another quarter of outstanding financial results, the interim CEO commented. Customer traffic was up across the board, but the rebound was especially pronounced in Dave & Buster's amusement segment. That's great news for the business, since that unit delivers higher profitability and is less exposed to cost pressures like labor and price inflation. The chain is still waiting for its event segment to return to pre-pandemic levels, but demand is moving in the right direction there too. Dave & Buster's wasn't immune to rising prices, which are hurting all of its peers, but adjusted operating profits still improved to $99 million or 21.9% of revenue compared to $57 million or 15.9% of revenue in 2019. That profitability surge was supported by cost cuts, higher prices, and that broader demand shift towards the amusement segment. We are benefiting from a higher mix of amusements and a leaner operating model, commented the chief financial officer of Dave & Buster's in a press release. One factor to watch is whether that improvement reverses itself over the coming quarters, especially as demand becomes more balanced out between Dave & Buster's restaurant and arcade game segment. Now, looking ahead, Dave & Buster's will also lose some of its profit tailwind as its party event division continues ramping back up towards normal traffic trends, and the chain is exposed to any general economic slowdown that might come from a recession. It's likely that some of its demand spike in recent weeks is just a temporary impact from the easing pandemic restrictions. But for now, the restaurant stock is enjoying its best traffic levels yet, which gives it a valuable platform to launch new virtual reality games and limited-time menu offerings over the summer season. While that demand spike won't last forever, Dave & Buster's slimmer operating model should allow profit margins to stabilize at a higher level than shareholders saw before the pandemic struck. As a result, you might want to keep the chain on your watch list and potentially even considering it a buy. Now, let me know what you think below. Dave & Buster's was on my watch list for a long while, and then I took it off around Q4 of last year, and then a couple weeks ago, I decided to look back up the stock and do a little more research on it, and it's been back on my watch list as many of stocks right now are at pretty attractive prices, even with the somewhat bullish rally we've had over the past couple days. But let me know what you think below about Dave & Buster's. Are you buying the stock, selling the stock, or are you a shareholder in Dave & Buster's? Let me know below. Please don't take this video as financial advice, and thank you for watching Morris Money.